on the big blank area of the track or the truck, because two issues I have with it is the trash cans need to be, the lid has to face the street, and I need from everything.
Yeah, we're
And
doing
that,
doing a funny reel.
and and make us more time efficient and more moving forward. If I can get the cans facing the street and keep them 3 feet from everything.
The rolling billboard.
Tell me,
3 feet
Jimmy.
from everything.
You need.
Like, so the
It
car
should
is
be
right.
So what happens is, put their cans right beside each other.
and then.
As we come in with the arm,
Yeah.
now we have to, the driver has to slow down, and he has to pinch his hands as wide as the can.
Yeah.
Then lift it up and dump it. If they're 3 feet apart, he can come in and the normal operating of the arm can come out, squeeze the can, come back, and then dump. And as they come back, they open up. When you bring, if they're too close, you open up, you knock your can off to the side. Now you're just getting into this. It just takes more time.
Yeah.
Makes it less efficient.
Our biggest lid breaker is the cans facing the wrong way. So if the cans are facing the street, as it comes up, the lid will open into the trash and not get bent.
Yeah.
And especially in the wintertime when the lid, when it's cold, then plastic is a little more fragile. If it hits any part of the truck, it's cracking and
Like
breaking.
I'm feeling right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just have a question. For overhead electric wires.
They're beyond our reach.
Okay.
They should be.
90% of the wires we will not hit.
They should be.
Because our arm is only going up 10 or 12 feet at the most.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, I'm sorry. So when I take out my trash, which I'm gonna have to do after this meeting, take my trash down. Yeah, trash day tomorrow, for Tuesday, folks. The wheels.
Towards your house.
Toward, okay. Wheels
Are
toward
you
the
an
house.
offender?
Door,
No, I was just confused.
And I actually have it on here.
Wheels to the back.
I have it help Berlin sanitation be more efficient. Always have your trash can with lid towards the street, wheels towards your house. And we need everything 3 foot apart.
Perfect.
Good, thank you.
And that will help us be quicker and more efficient to
Avoid breakage.
avoid breakage and just be more
Stop
quicker.
putting your
And you
office
will
chairs in the
exemplify
trash can.
after you said wheels to the back.
Yes, yep, and that'll actually, I have that on here, and I did a little design. I wanted to share it tonight with the mayor to get a little more running with this design. Like here, I have a trash can and a car. I need that car to be 3 feet away from that trash can.
Share with you.
Too many times.
Or you can turn it on like
There might be a phrase we might want to coin here.
trash etiquette.
Trash etiquette, exactly.
Etiquette.
There you go. Put on your white gloves when you do your reel.
Trash.
This truck, we have a funny reel
I
thing to
know.
this, and everyone will want to watch it, and everyone will understand.
I can't wait. to see
There's a
how-
picture of a crab on here, and Kate whispered to me, "Does that crab have teeth?" And I said, "Yes, it does." It's like, he does have teeth.
That's what happens if you don't follow trash etiquette.
Oh, my God.
All right, anything
Go
else?
pizza.
Departmental. Good deviated. Let's see, let's move on to agenda item 5, comments from the public. Okay, seeing none, let's move on to comments from the council. Vice President Burrow.
I don't have anything, Jimmy answered my question.
Okay. Councilmember Wright.
Good tonight, thank
Okay.
you.
Councilmember Nichols.
Yeah, I was extremely excited to see the code enforcer lady out. What's her name again?
Shanika.
Oh, let me give her a cake because, well, she really needs the vest for safety reasons. But I'm excited to see the enforcement phase finally coming into play. I mean, we want to keep Shanika safe while she's out and about on the streets. Park Mobile, love the idea. Can't wait to see how long. Or, I guess installation time was my true question, but we don't have to answer that today. Just can't wait to see how that turns out. My brain is thinking that when this becomes a done deal, that when and if we get to the phase where we have to discuss parking throughout the entire town, we're already there. So, yeah, kudos on that part, friends. And then the torch run. One of my favorite events of the entire year, really and truly. And being now a little further south in the county, still being able to see officers in the town of Berlin running and riding and blowing their horn and doing their remix from the horn as Merle does in beep, 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 beep. And they're like, Miss Nichols, do you know that guy? I think I know that guy, friends. But seeing them throughout the county, not just in our town, that's kudos to Berlin for being an active participant and all of the things. That's big. And my children love seeing it.
We had, what was it, Merle, Kevin,
Yeah.
Brandon,
And chocolate.
Chocolate, that was it?
Yeah.
And don't forget Merle.
Yeah, I put Merle on the front.
Don't forget him.
So Merle was really bringing up
So
the
we have
rear.
four.
Yeah,
He was in the back, blowing the horn.
And Gary was around.
Yes.
But the mayor knows everybody in the town of Berlin.
I know Miss Candy. That's why I know. Miss Candy's a real mayor of Fox Street. All right, you good? All right. Jack, you packing up already? We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
The bell
Sarah's got
doesn't-
some good stuff to share. Don't go away. Go ahead.
Wow, the bell doesn't dismiss you, the mayor.
Sarah's just got some good stuff. I don't want you packed up.
I don't have actually anything tonight, but I do want to say that it is awesome to see all the department heads together again. I know that we were doing some adjusting schedules and it seems to be working out well, but it's always nice to see everybody at the same time. So, and thank you all for everything you do, and the budget is approved, and we're moving on to FY26, and I'm done.
Councilmember
Pass as well.
Thanks. All right, Sarah, you got the thunder.
I'm going to come up here so
Go
that
ahead.
you all can hear me. I have 3 things for tonight. The first I'm going to start out with is some very good news. You may recall last month I presented and had a public hearing about a CDBG special project application for the demolition of the multipurpose building. We applied for $297,449 in total, and we got the news this afternoon that we received the grant. So, the multi-purpose building will be demolished shortly.
Will we have a ceremony to do that? Just be out there, like, say, gone farewell to people?
I think that we should, but we have to be very careful because of the asbestos and
I'm just,
hazardous
you know,
material. You know,
yes.
I know everyone was out there with cameras at Heron Park, but I think this, we might do,
Yeah, no.
A little more on the low-key, from a
Low-key.
safe
Just
distance.
look at it from a distance.
but it was very good news that I was really excited to
That
share
is-
with you
that's
all
very good.
tonight.
Way to go, Sarah.
Thank you. To follow up on some other grant funding that we have received in the past, I wanted to let you know that our Reconnecting Communities and Neighborhood Grant Program, I've reported on this over the past few months since the new administration, that there is a chance, I guess the way I would say it is that the definition of unobligated is still being debated. As you may recall, we received $1.2 million of Reconnecting Communities and Neighborhood Grant to build a bridge and to explore safe crossings across 113.
To clarify, we were
We
awarded.
were awarded it, sorry, we did not receive, thank you, Mary. We were awarded it, and we have executed the grant, and we have also received the first obligated phase 1. The first phase 1 of funding has been obligated, that is $250,000. So that leaves us with just under $1 million that we haven't received yet. We don't know if we're going to receive. We don't know if it's going to be rescinded. And we have signed on, or the town of Berlin is going to sign on to a coalition letter urging the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate to preserve crucial funding for the Reconnecting Communities and Neighborhoods Grant Program. So Mayor Zach will be signing that on behalf of the town of Berlin, along with 8 other municipalities and towns and cities that are also in jeopardy of losing their funding for the Reconnecting Communities.
We were notified, like, when the changing of guard took place between one administration and the other, that it was advised that we get our grant agreement executed to preserve the funding. And we worked really, really hard to do that, because some that did not,
Our colleagues in Easton, for example, had $3 million and their grant was not executed. So it is way more likely that, yes, theirs is definitely gone, ours is debatably gone.
Sarah, I have a question though. It's my recollection that under that grant, if we didn't complete the project within a certain amount of time, we had to give all the money back. So if we've executed on this 250,000, if the rest doesn't come in, we can't spend that 250 because we're going to have to give it back, right?
No, I think there might be standing from the state level, like what has been done.
I
the
just
state
recall reading
action
that we
in
would have to
order-
give it back
Yeah.
if we didn't finish.
If we didn't finish. But in this case, for the 250 that Sarah indicated has been committed, it will accomplish a piece, so that part of it will be done.
Our deliverable will be complete
Yeah.
for that phase.
And we are working in concert with
So if we don't get the rest of the money, then we're not obligated to give that back what we received.
Should not be.
We shouldn't be, but if we were
Just a
to be,
question.
but if we were to be, the state has taken the lead on some of that legal filings. I would venture to say that's
I
what
would
we
hope
have
you
to
don't
do.
have to, we don't have to.
I would as well. And also, we are partnering with the Maryland Department of Transportation. SHA is the primary recipient, we're the sub-recipient, so they would take the lead on that. As Mayor's Access legal as needed. And then the third thing I have to share with you all tonight is that we are very close
Checkbooks
to,
out.
yes, very close to launching the town of Berlin's first ever street sign auction. I shared with just the mayor and council this evening a flyer. It's not ready for public consumption because I am still working on the website, but I wanted you all to be aware of it. I will send you the link as well in an email when we're getting closer. But our plan is to launch the street sign auction on July 1st and let it run for about 2 weeks, and then reassess around July 15th whether or not we need to kind of shuffle things around, do a fire sale, or just end it at that point. So we'll see how it goes.
Total quantity of signs?
Jimmy might have some more for me, but 158.
Nice.
And our minimum bid, you're kind of
The minimum bid will be $20, and people will be able
So-
to.
minimum bid.
Oh,
Minimum
For you, it's
bid.
about 10
It's not the amount where you can click to buy. We're not having that yet. So it's $20 minimum bid, and then you will increase your bids by $5. And for the vintage signs, that minimum bid is $40. So there's some that are the green and
These guys,
like these, like
Yeah,
the
these are
difference here. You can
vintage.
see on the flyer that these are the vintage ones and these are the green. So we're using a website called ClickBid. We have our own QR code, we have an auction website, and all of the street signs have been updated and uploaded into this website where people will be able to make bids on their cell phones. We'll be able to collect credit card information, that company collects it, and then we will charge the additional fee so that we're not losing money on credit card fees at all.
So you can just go in there, make your bid, fill your shopping cart, and then
Then you have to wait and see whether or not you win or somebody outbids you. You
Watch
might
the
need to-
escalators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the escalator.
Yes, and then we bid often over those 2 weeks to make sure that you are the winner. So,
Now, is any of that,
Yeah, that's it.
one thing I didn't ask, tax write-off, nonprofit, any of, or no?
I wouldn't think so. You're
Yeah,
getting
Secret
something in
Service.
exchange.
yeah.
Okay.
And one area of focus that Natalie and I have been working on is if people wanted to make donations directly, if you, let's say you wanted to spend $20 on a sign, but you got outbid and you want to still give something back to the community center, that there will be an option online to do that, but that money would go directly to a program or a part of the community center that's very specific, like the museum or the archiving, something to that degree. Okay,
So I told you it wasn't worth leaving there.
Yeah.
great. Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you, Sarah. Way to go. And Sarah carried the weight from mayor's office, so I'm gonna.
Well, you have one announcement you need to make. Public
The next
announcement
meeting?
About the second.
Oh, yes,
Next
yes.
meeting?
Well, two, really. I have two now that I remember. There will not be a second meeting in June. because of the MML conference and the LESMA ESAM dinner.
ESAM dinner.
Okay, couldn't remember which
Lesma
one.
is in July.
And that'll be ours. The other thing is that we did finally get the fully executed electric agreement between all the
Yes.
municipalities, so.
I forgot about that.
See, I remembered one, you remembered one. All right, let's see. Comments from the press? None? Good. Dean, you're up.
Second.
So I got a motion by Vice President Burrell and a second by Councilmember Ward, and nobody objected. They all voted in favor.
I had to pull a few things.